Scotty, beam me up.
Smash.
Get over here! It is pointless to resist.
All right. Welcome to the Geek Den. We've got Scott, Tim, Tyler, and Jeff from the band The Cascadian Divide. Welcome, fellas. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Yeah. So, Matt, you want to kick us off with the origin question?
Well, sure. We like a good origin story on the Geek Den, so we're always curious to know where you guys get the band name from, or what happens to sort of get you to arrive at the name that you chose.
Tim, you want me to take it? Tyler?
Yeah, go for it.
That's interesting. I was gonna say Scott. He's the one that's got the words on this.
Well, so like we were telling you before we started, we've been through a lot of bands, and we've always struggled to find a band name. It's always, we can write music all day, but I mean the hardest thing was always to come up with a good band name that we all agreed on. And we were just throwing out words and just seeing what would stick. And we would get a list going, and these text exchanges that would be 50, 60 texts a day of people throwing ideas, and just all turn into noise after a while.
Oh yeah.
But then I think we really like the word the divide, and I think more than one of us are kind of into the whole Cascadia movement, which is the Cascadia bioregion. Try to not really secessionists, but have our own little
for sure.
Yeah.
So I think someone said Cascadia and someone said divide in kind of the same cadence, and like that's kind of really cool. So kind of and and then once you put it together, it does have a pretty cool connotation for especially what we kind of lead towards about the independence and the punk rock DIY lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when you first messaged us about coming on or whatever to promote you guys' album that just came out December 10th, by the way. This time it's on Spotify. Check it out. It's really good. You guys rip, by the way.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
I got the one band that came to mind was 10 Foot Pole.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I get a lot of vibes.
Yeah.
About, and we've
Yeah,
had
we like
Dennis on the show. He's a good dude.
Yeah, we're fans of theirs.
Oh yeah, they're good dudes.
Yeah.
But the one song I wanted to ask you about, Kegels and Bits. The name caught my attention.
Well,
You can imagine.
we oftentimes would just come up with a random ass, stupid ass name just as a placeholder. Rarely does it ever get beyond that. Like no matter what the song was written about or the song title, we would just call it that from then on. And this one, someone said it, and we all laughed hysterically. Every fucking time.
Still laughing hysterically.
We would just crack, so we just kept it. It's just a stupid joke.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Interestingly
job you
enough,
wanted.
I think it was Jared that came up with the final wording for the band name, and I think he came up with that song name as well. It's too bad that he isn't here to join us.
Hopefully,
Gonna get the what was going through his mind when he came up with those names.
yeah, we had a whole
Who
board
knows? He's
of
got
random stuff written on.
Yeah, I've been there.
The song called Pet Salmon. That was
yeah. We all have one.
right.
Yeah. But I know what you mean. You get like you're coming up with ideas, and next thing you know, you got a notebook about that thick of just random nonsense that you're just throwing out there and see if it sounds good.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, you have a Fall Out Boy album.
Oh Jesus. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, it depends who you are, I guess.
I'll take a Bad Religion album.
That'll work. That'll work. Yeah, their song titles can get out there.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, we've done that a lot with a lot of our songs, just throw names out there to stick. I think we used to do that in older bands as well. I noticed a long time ago that on a Blink-182 album, they just throw random ass. You could tell it was just like whatever was on the mind at the time.
Usually
it was
innuendo.
Enough words, you remembered the song to the name.
Toast and bananas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Benoit balls.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The list goes on. Those guys are notorious for that.
That college potty humor. Everybody loves it.
Yeah. No Effects might do that as well.
Yeah, every now and then.
Just a little.
A lot of innuendo happening.
Yeah.
Now, we got the origin story. What I like to find out is are there any like stories from the road, not necessarily from this band. I don't imagine you guys have gone on the road yet.
No.
But previous bands, are there any stories like favorite shows, stuff like that maybe you can tell here?
Yeah, we went and played a show. I got one for you. We went and played a show a long time ago, completely different, probably about 10 bands ago. I think it was Scott was in the band at the time, and Jeff and myself, and we went to Aberdeen. Now, that's an interesting town. Aberdeen's full of lumberjacks and just angry people of the ocean. And so we were playing this Halloween show, and the owner of the bar had his wife who was running around in a little Mrs. Claus outfit, if you will. And she was kind of hanging around with several different guys, and obviously this stirred up some trouble at some point. And the first band we were playing with was called Dead Stare. They're kind of a heavier, like a Tool or a Deftones style, early Soundgarden maybe sound, real technical, real dynamic, real heavy. And they had these guys going pretty good. And then we were up there playing, and we were just kind of, basic punk rock. We kind of kept the tempo going, the vibe going in the room. And she'd gotten in between enough guys to get some stuff going. And I saw these dudes go at it while we were playing, and it was, I swear to God, the hardest punch I've ever seen thrown by a giant lumberjack. And he hit this other dude square, and it did not even phase this dude. It's a different breed of cat down there in Aberdeen. And
then it turned into a blood for blood show.
Yeah, you know how that goes. Yeah.
Was it Blood for Blood or Dillinger Escape Plan after that point?
I'm gonna go with probably based on majority of normal people's size to be a Dillinger Escape Plan. These dudes were huge.
Yeah. Yeah, Dillinger shows can get pretty violent.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple.
I don't know. It's we haven't really gone out on the road much, but we played traveling for us, I guess, Olympia, Aberdeen, places like that. I mean, we haven't got to
around
do
the Pacific Northwest area.
Right. We haven't got to go Ocean Shore. Like I said, Ocean Shores, maybe far out that way. Maybe some, I think we played Portland at one point too, but I mean,
Bellingham.
Yeah. Things like that, where you can go away for a couple of days and come back, It's,
Yeah.
It's got to take finances, unfortunately, into account as far as how far you can get away and be able to get back.
Yeah, that's the shit of DIY.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's definitely the ethos.
Yeah, for sure.
But, hey, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much what it's boiled down to. We've had pretty much a lifetime of fun. No joke. No joke. It's been a good time.
Coming back.
Yeah, we kind of heard a little bit about it before we started. So.
Yeah, before we started, you guys were saying that since '97, you guys have been in some form of band together?
Oh yeah, a variety of bands. Probably would have been beneficial to come up with a cool band name back then and just keep it rolling. I mean, hindsight's 2020, but really, I mean, if you can stick with a band name, regardless of, as long as you can keep a core together of some sort, I mean, that's what it takes. You keep switching up band names, it's just starting all over, no matter how good you are.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, back in '97, it's kind of funny how we met Scott because Tim put a flyer on at a guitar store down in off First Avenue called Zoberst Music, and all it said was Fletcher Drag wanted. Phone number. And, Scott showed up. You can't really tell because he's sitting down, but Scott's like 6'5", big old dude. We're like, holy shit, it's Fletcher. Like, hey, it worked, man.
Man, yeah, a big intimidating guitar player always drives the point home, I think.
Yeah,
it's helpful.
I feel like I fill that role here in my local bands because I'm like 6'1".
Oh.
You know, and I was always like 250 to 300 pounds, like in that weight range till recently. And so, and like Scott, I was a rhythm guitar player, and I was always like right up front. Nobody really ever messed with us while we were on stage. I think
no, they don't want. They don't want none of that.
No, and I say stage, and I mean like
Oh yeah,
concrete pad in somebody's garage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
the 4 to 6 pallets that are sitting there.
Yep.
Aberdeen would probably like that.
Those are some of the best shows, though.
Oh yeah.
We always talk about it on this show. Like those are some of my favorite shows. Those basement garage shows that.
Yep. The FW halls.
Yep. Dingy. Like you really shouldn't be there because you might get asbestos poisoning or something.
Oh yeah. Where was that place, Scott? Or Jeff, what was that place called? Rat City Ruckus, right up in what were those guys? What they have? They had that house, and it was just like really cool layout.
Oh, that, yeah, down in White Center.
Nice, yeah. White Center had a nice. It was big. A lot of people. I mean, they would get more of a turnout in that house, and you would find it like if they took a couple familiar bounds down the road, they'd get like half as many at the show down the road. But the house, man, it seemed like people just feel comfortable there to go there on a regular. So,
yep. Yeah, that was our garage.
Maybe that's where. Oh, garage, you say?
Yeah, we had a garage here. It was right in the middle of Amish country, so we didn't have to worry about cops or anything like that.
Yeah, we always rented out like VFW halls.
Perfectly. Yeah, or we would do that VFW halls, community centers.
It's a small town team thing, but we made it work.
Rural PA, man.
Did you get an Amish crowd?
A couple Amish kids would turn out every once in a while. The teenagers, for sure, like when they would do their little rite of passage thing.
Yeah.
I forget what they call that.
And there you are waiting.
Rumspringer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of fucking like 17, 18-year-old high school kids decked out in black t-shirts, smoking cigarettes and drinking beer, listening to some shitty hardcore band play in somebody's garage out in the middle of a cornfield, and then next thing you know, there's Samuel and Abner and Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Hey man, they're cool people.
Oh, I bet.
Really cool people.
Yeah.
They got the best food though.
Oh yeah.
They do.
Hell yeah.
It's
literally farm to table. Yes, Matt. The Amish have the best food. That pie that we love so much.
Oh, nice. What kind of pie are you talking about?
It's not pie at all. You've heard of chicken pot pie, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's not even close.
It's like deconstructed pie.
If you've ever been to Cracker Barrel and gotten chicken and dumplings, it's like that, but made with ham.
Oh, geez.
And we call it ham pot pie.
Ham pot pie.
Yeah. Don't ask me why. It's just...
It's soup. It's not pie. When someone says pie, expect pie.
Every time.
Not soup.
Every time we bring it up, Matt has a conniption fit. But he's right.
Where are you guys from?
Matt's in Canada.
Oh, nice.
Up in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Home of the Oilers.
You betcha.
and he's an Oilers fan.
I'm sure he is. You got that McDavid kid, right?
Then I'm in Central PA, like about 45 minutes away from Penn State University.
Yeah, I'm in
Nice.
Eastern PA, probably about like 45 minutes from Philly.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Rough crowd out there.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot better off in the suburbs. Like the scene's just 10 times better. In all honesty, like Philly's kind of a weird city for punk rock.
Yeah.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys more hardcore out in that area?
Yeah, there's an entire like PA
What I like to
hardcore
call
thing going on. Yep.
and the hardcore here is what I like to call the chugcore.
Yeah.
It's just an open D
Yeah.
chord over and over again. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's like nobody ever learned any other chord except for open
Yeah.
D power chord.
It's either that or you get like Town Concrete type bands.
Yeah.
They're still
Yeah,
stuck in that generation.
You know, that's kind of stuff I love, like that with honor kind of sound, like sick of it all type stuff.
Yeah.
As far as hardcore,
Hmm.
and then, but the big pop punk kick lately, which is why you guys like I kind of gravitated towards you because you have that 10-foot pole sound, like I said. So it's just like all the sounds that I love between pop punk and punk rock just rolled into one.
Yeah.
And you got a little bit of that hardcore influence as well.
Yeah.
It's a great sound.
Kind of what we're going for too is, just a cool, amalgamation of the different styles that we all bring on. Because, like Tim's super into Pennywise and I'm super into Bad Religion. Jeff super into like Authority Zero. And he loves we all love all these bands,
All
Tyler,
of the above.
yeah,
Tyler likes Wham. He's a Wham fan.
What?
Who doesn't?
Yes, you not to disclose that.
Sorry.
What? Black George Michael shadow.
Yeah. Carrying that torch forward.
Tyler Michael.
Yeah, like
just letting all of the various influences shine through and the because really what made it pretty endearing, I think, for all of us is we all had a part in the writing. It was all collaborative. It isn't just, we very rarely have just someone write a whole song and then tell the rest of the band what needs to be done. We just
right.
all collaboration. So.
Yeah. Well, you really make the fusion work. Like you can tell there's tons of different influence in each song. Like so.
Together a lot quicker than a lot of other. We've tried to write albums. We've wrote albums worth of material before, but it's all, I don't know. This one seemed to go a lot smoother. Just kind of fell together. The recording process was fun and it didn't seem to take too long. Just typical amount of time.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're looking forward to doing another one right away.
Oh, right on. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very fun record for sure.
Well, and
yeah.
The cool thing about it that is the unsung heroes. Tim has never been a lead singer before. He never sang on a song before in his life. This is his first go at it.
Yeah,
That's the thing. It came so naturally for him. He's just like a naturally good lead singer for a punk band.
Yeah.
Good, cool voice, good attitude, great rhythm, and being a drummer. He's been a drummer for half his life, and it's just
So timing is not an issue at all.
Yeah, his timing of his lyrics.
Not timing. Yeah.
Super cool. So I just call out to Tim for stepping up to something. He was way outside his box and really filling a void that we had with Tyler being stuck in Ireland, because Tyler had for years prior been our lead singer, and he's a great lead singer, don't get me wrong, but this change I think was a good fit for all of us pretty much.
Yeah. We had like plenty of, you with how long you guys have all been playing together, you've had plenty of, time to fuse that sound perfectly too, between all of you.
Right. And guitar, him doing most of together has been, Tyler, what are we at, like 15 years now?
Sounds about right.
So, we have a synchronicity between us with our sounds and our, writing style, where he can just watch me play and then minutes later have a harmony part to it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really just makes the together and jamming of it just so fun and rewarding.
Makes the whole process easier too.
It really does. Yeah. I keep them around for selfish reasons.
It's nice to have it go quick. It's tough to struggle to, I mean, I think we all know what something reasonably decent sounds like. Sometimes it goes quick. Sometimes it can take as far as writing goes. So
Yeah.
I feel like we got pretty lucky this time. I mean, it just really went quick and easy. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jeff wrote the core of that song with the riffs. He's the one that brought the riffs from the song this time, and that song, we've gotten a lot of positive feedback at live performances that it's like, this is one of the most enjoyable songs to see you guys play live, and that kind of what led to us choosing that as our title of the album. Call out to Jeff too for writing us our anthem.
But yeah,
what's going on over there?
Jeff's got to get back to work.
I'm leaving work now, man.
He's leaving work.
Since 6
on
a.m.
the air. This is new.
Yeah. That's real.
Here.
It's the real world.
That's DIY. Gotta love it.
That's it.
24 degrees out, baby.
Oh man, that looks nice. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, right. That doesn't look there. Oh, there it is.
Well, change everything.
Why don't we go ahead and take a quick break?
Yep,
And then
for sure.
we'll go over some stuff in between.
All right.
Show and tell time.
Another teddy bear? My teddy's name is Teddy Ruxpin. He talks, he tells stories,
Four batteries not included.
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. Can you and I be friends?
Yeah.
I really enjoy talking to people. I would like you.
Teddy Ruxpin, the storytelling bear, comes with illustrated book and cassette from Worlds of Wonder.
Can anything up the animal? The animal. It's a big, powerful 4x4. But when the going gets tough, it uses its claws to climb over anything that gets in its way. The animal. The animal. Can anything stop? The animal. The animal. The animal, clawing its way to the top. The animal, each sold separately, batteries not included. New from Galoob.
All right. Now, music. About music if you guys want to.
For sure.
But we like to talk about, like I said, music, TV shows, books even, food, interests, hobbies. What are some of the things that you guys like to do outside of the band, outside of like your everyday life that just keeps you entertained, that you have a passion for?
Extensive baseball card collection.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty extensive. That's what I do with my spare money, I guess you could say. So that's probably what I have a interest in outside of playing music as far as your hobbies go.
Right.
So perhaps maybe more of an investment than a hobby. It's
Yeah.
easier to sell that way.
Yep, For sure. For sure.
What's your favorite card?
Oh wow,
That's a tough question.
I got some pretty cool. I got some pretty cool limited print runs on some. I think I like the best. So Mike Tyson isn't. He's kind of. I think he's flying under the radar at the moment as far as like the hobby enthusiasts go. So
Yeah,
maybe I can. Maybe that can put me a little ahead in the financial region. We'll see. Who knows?
Someday down the road.
Yeah.
He's the man.
How about you, Scott?
Well, I do a game. I've got an Xbox, and my boy's 13, just turned 13 on the 23rd. So we have a
happy birthday.
Yeah, we have a
3,
right? We have a 2 Xbox, 2 TV setup in the living room. Some people come over like, wow, you guys really like your but yeah, no, my daughter's just got into it too. So she's got her own setup in the front room, and then office right behind the other 2 are taken up and someone else wants to play. Or if the boys being too noisy, we'll kick them in here, and so we can watch a show. But yeah, this house is filthy with Xboxes right now.
What's the game you're playing right now?
I'm a big Diablo guy, so I've played Diablo until I'm blue in the face. I was going to show you. I don't have many collectors, but no, it's Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls. What's the other? The new Dark Alliance, that stupid D&D shit. So I never grew out of it.
Oh, Matt don't think it's Matt is all about it.
Perk up when he said D&D.
I love how he always smiles. It's like you get his approval now.
No.
You're his new best friend.
Coolest guy ever. Not afraid to say it.
But yeah, and I love comedy, so I'm always trying to get the guys to watch, like Rick and Morty and Workaholics, and I just watch like 1 show, 2 shows a day when I'm on break or whatever, and Letterkenny, and all.
The new season of that was on Christmas Day. It was pretty good.
I haven't watched it yet.
Have you seen Burn Notice?
I haven't. I have not seen Burn Notice.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Him fucking loves Burn Notice.
It's a combination of like the A-Team and MacGyver set in sunny Florida. Yeah, it's a good show.
Nothing can go wrong.
No, it's good stuff. Or like, what about like, what are we watching now? Schitt's Creek. That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
you seen that?
Yeah,
that show's ridiculous.
Pretty out there, that's for sure.
Do you guys ever see Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell?
Mm-mm.
So it's like
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's like Adult Swim. I think they're really short episodes, like 10, 12. But it's to me, it's the funniest thing that's ever been on TV.
I'll have to check that out. If it's Adult Swim, I'm sure I'll like it.
Yeah. It's so funny. And then Workaholics. You guys watch Workaholics?
But it's not really my cup of tea.
Oh yeah. See, I got my best friends got me sucked into it. Besides these best friends, I got a pair of best friends that are and they
what? You have other friends?
This changes everything.
I thought I knew you.
Tyler done milking the goats yet? I haven't heard him say anything.
I just like to listen. You know me, I'm not much of a talker.
I wasn't sure what you were doing over there.
Tyler's a really, really good photographer. He does the photography thing. Tell us about the photography, Tyler.
Not much to it. I just tried it out. I was stuck in Ireland. It was a perfect spot. So
not much to.
No better spot to be stuck. No better place to be stuck if you're a
Or an alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
We're both.
We're both.
Yeah, it's like it's the best spot. I'd love to go there, but I don't think I'd come back a different person probably.
I'd have to come back with a new liver.
Yeah.
'Cause I always said I get off straight to a pub.
Yeah,
I'm not
I think
staying at
that's
a hotel or anything.
speaks for a large quantity of people. I think at that. That's
And I don't even drink that often. I just want the experience.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never been to Ireland. I want to drink in Ireland.
Yeah, definitely.
Had a beer in Germany. I can check that one off.
Hmm.
You know, I want to in a beer in Ireland.
There you go.
Ireland, got punched in the face and puked all over myself. Check.
Yeah, exactly. And then go to Scotland and repeat that behavior.
Right.
What about Wales?
You got to do it there too.
What's Wales famous for besides being Welsh?
Soccer.
Getting drunk and
Golf.
punched in the face and puking all over yourself.
And not using vowels.
Towns that are like 35 letters long.
Not one vowel.
No vowels.
Not one. So you guys, how what's your guys' is like the geek squad or geek? I'm sorry, what was
the Punk Rag Geek Den?
I like that. How'd you guys come up with that?
Well, we're all kind of nerds.
Yeah. I think the only
We-
word
we-
we
we
really had to decide on was den.
Yeah, like we wanted the word punk rock and geek in there, but we were like, what's the word that like nobody else is using?
Dan.
Den. Hey, that works. We're all dads. Like, we're all in at least our mid-30s.
Like a Wolverine.
Right. And every good dad has a den. You know what I'm saying? But like we didn't want to like,
Right.
we can talk to bands, we can talk to our friends, we can talk to anybody. It doesn't have to
Right.
be, you know.
Yeah.
So and we've talked to a that I didn't think we would ever talk to because of this. So.
Yeah, right. It's pretty awesome actually. Have a little your own little Howard Stern style show.
Yeah, kind of.
Right.
People get guests on and they like rush through interviews. We just kind of hang out because what else are we gonna do for an hour?
bullshit.
You know, like
It's a conversation.
yeah, like it's
Exactly.
it's conversation.
Introduce
not
to a bunch
just,
of music we probably wouldn't normally listen to too.
Yeah,
Yeah, you probably get exposed to a large variety of different music.
yeah. We've
Just
had
some
a
Facebook ads.
couple different genres on here already. Like
Yeah, our buddies in 13. They're a new metal band from Austin.
yeah,
They've
and then we've
been
had
on
some like progressive rock on here. Like
Yep.
you want to come on, we let you on.
Yeah, I would
we'll
love
talk to
to.
anybody.
South by Southwest would be a goal of mine for sure. I'd like to check that out.
That'd be awesome.
I've heard
Isn't that
I've heard some iffy stuff about South by Southwest, but
have you?
yeah, a little questionable. Just the way they treat their performers and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but no, it's an experience for sure.
I don't think they'd welcome us so much at Burning Man, but that seems like an interesting crowd.
Well, what about Camp Pennsylvania? You guys go with that?
Yeah,
I wanted to, but I wasn't able to secure the time off work or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
How about Punk Rock Bowling?
that's,
They have like a local stage like Warp Tour used to have.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think Punk Rock Bowling is just like main stage. I think.
Yeah, see,
I'm not sure how they work. I know
popping up.
Camp Pennsylvania, like they have a lot of local bands play that.
Yeah.
Like my buddy,
I
my
think
buddy's
they have
band was
several
supposed to play.
stages. Yeah.
Yeah, we submitted. I doubt we'll do it, but I just wanted, was it Laura who's doing the reviewing?
Yeah, I think so.
For who?
For Punk
For
Rock,
what?
Pennsylvania,
Camp-
Pennsylvania.
Where is
That's
that?
a good
like,
time. It really is. Like
Yeah, it's like southeastern Pennsylvania.
Really? I
Or
never heard of
southwest,
Yeah.
southwestern Pennsylvania. Sorry.
yeah, Southwestern. Yeah.
just south of Pittsburgh.
I just think it'd be
Yeah.
so freaking cool. A lot of good bands end up playing there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
normally the queers end up playing. Yeah,
Yeah, the Queers were the headliner this year.
yeah, they're kind of
Gotta have-
regulars on it.
Definitely got to have a good headliner. I mean, if you're gonna have like trying to get some garage bands noticed of attention and create a little bit of like a, you know, town, you got to have a draw. So you got to bring in that heavy hitter.
Right. Well, like Anti-Fest down in Florida. Isn't that down in Florida?
Anti-Fest, that's in Pittsburgh.
That's Pittsburgh. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
So it's Fest, it's in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, are they bringing a big headliner and then like, you know, some mid-range bands and a couple of local bands? I don't know. I think Warped Tour is sweet that way. I mean, used to go when they'd have it in
Yep.
Seattle, you know, obviously the big bands that you know of, and then like the mid-rangers, like, you know, 10-foot pole and bands like Millen, Colin and things like that.
Yeah.
Local bands. And it was
Those are
like six.
glory days of Warped Tour.
Those
Yep.
are the best. Those are the best.
You had
things
the
ever.
Ernie Ball stage as soon as you walked in the gate.
Yep.
Yep.
That was some shitty local band that nobody's ever heard of.
Yep.
Yep.
And they had like maybe 4 people watching them.
Yeah.
And then you walk over here and you see the Hurley stage, and that's where you see like Every Time I Die and bands like that. And then you go to the Smart Punk stage, and that's when you got all your mid-range punk rock bands, you know, Stretch Armstrong, stuff like that. Like you
Yeah.
said, 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
And then you go to the main stage, and that's where you'll see your MXPX, your Less Than Jake,
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
bands like
Yeah.
that. And it's just a great time for people who just
Oh,
love
man.
music.
Warped Tour was the greatest. I remember at one point I was cruising around at Warped Tour in Seattle. This is a really interesting story. And I started noticing like a shit ton of kids in white t-shirts and bleach blonde hair, and they were fucking everywhere. And I was like, it's not me. It's like, they're everywhere, like literally everywhere. I'd never heard of Eminem before. And he was like, obviously something like that. And he was still playing a small stage at that
Yeah.
point on, I mean, it was like
I
the
forgot
mid-range
he did
stage
Warped
at
Tour
that
Yeah.
point.
year.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
totally forgot about him and Papa
Trip
Roach.
me out.
that year.
I was
Yeah.
like, who is this guy? He comes out with a bunch of mushrooms and Dr. Dre. I was like, the fuck? Cat's got a whole army here. Is he from Seattle?
Oh, of course.
Warped Tour, are you ready?
Yeah.
No, who are
Is he a local act?
you?
Oh man. But yeah, Warped Tour, it was one of those places. Like I've only been to 2, and they were a year apart. One was in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Ended up being a nice like 82 degrees and cloudy. So it
Mhm.
wasn't too terribly hot. You know, I could, as a fat kid, I could handle it. And then the next year I had moved to Alabama. So the closest Warped Tour date was in Atlanta. And I was like, sacrifices, you know, and it's at the end of July. So
No.
it's going to be hot. And you know how Warped Tour is just a sea of black t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God. I never spent so much time off by the gate like, in my life. Like just trying not to die.
Yeah, we had that happen to a friend of ours too. He bought a Social Distortion, like a Dickies type of, you know, like a tradesman coat that said Social Distortion on
yeah.
the back. Had the little skeleton on the front right part of the chest. He loved that thing, and it was like 90 fucking degrees, and this dude is like 285. He's a big dude,
Ugh.
and he refused to take that thing off.
You going nuts?
Damn.
Yeah, he literally he got to the point where he couldn't take it off because his body needed to cool down naturally,
Right.
so he had to leave the coat on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a crazy.
Jesus.
I mean, the gorge reaches like 100+ degrees at its peak.
God.
He's wearing that
Yeah,
dedication.
Yeah.
that's horrible.
I think
Yeah,
my
we-
favorite
like-
thing to come out of Warped Tour is Punk Rock Holocaust. You guys ever see those movies?
Yeah.
They're like slasher
cool.
movies set on like they kill off bands, like the guy he like kills off the Bouncing Souls and Face to Face and stuff, but it's like
Yeah.
it's a slasher movie series based off of Warped Tour.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Touring band.
Oh yeah. Like big time
Maybe they'll
like
be in-
Bouncing Souls and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they like crush it. They like crush Trevor Keith's head like a watermelon under a truck and stuff.
One more thing to cry about.
Yeah, right.
One thing to cry
Oh, Trevor.
Yeah, he's sad. I feel like he needs a hug sometimes.
Yeah, he is a pretty sad dude. Yeah.
I mean, the guy
Yeah.
comes up with some killer melodies, and he's got a
Yeah.
great voice, and he's got killer lead guitar, runs and all that business. I was like, for the love of God, please start using metaphors or a whole different topic, because you're
Smoke a
killing me.
joint or something.
Yeah.
Chill out, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Be happy. Just like Bobby
Nah,
McFerrin.
not gonna happen.
Right,
Yeah,
Craig,
we saw where that went.
what'd you say that slasher was called?
Punk Rock Holocaust.
Punk Rock Holocaust.
Yeah.
It's I
It was
know
like-
I've seen those, but it's been a minute, so I'm gonna have to
Oh,
watch
dude, it's been forever. I used to have all 3 of them on DVD. Classy,
that, dude?
classy stuff. I think you can still see the previews on YouTube at least. Previews would say enough
I know I
about
can
it.
find it somewhere. I'll be able to find it somewhere. But Jesus. Yeah, those $5 games at work tour, that was another thing.
Yeah, they were pretty bad.
My favorite part was when I would try to refill my water bottle, and I would always get to where the refill station was, but there was always a guy next to it with a water hose just spraying people down.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, okay, screw waiting at the water fountain. I'm gonna go over here and just have him spray me down and then fill my water bottles up.
Yeah.
And then you walk by the water stations where they're selling the water with new full waters, and they're like, hey, I'm like, I'm not paying $5 for, for a 20-ounce bottle of water. I can get at Sheets for $1.50.
Yeah. It was only a matter of time before they commercialized it that much too. Like, what started off so small, it was just like a couple bands turned into like this gigantic marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's supposed to be anti-establishment and everything like that.
Oh yeah. No, if there's a way to make a buck, capitalists will figure out how to fuck it.
Yeah.
Yep. They'll book all these anarchist bands. Like, it's just weird seeing the Casualties play a bill sponsored by Vans.
Yeah. Yeah. And like the thing is, like, being a fan of the Casualties before that and seeing that happen, you were just like, dude, I saw you at the Kill Time in Philly. It was like a basement. There was like 2 feet of space to stand. Like,
yeah,
it was weird. It was really weird seeing that happen. But
oh, for sure.
I was like
The
20.
banner was
When
another
you're
one.
20, you hate all that stuff. But then when you get older, you're just like, whatever.
Oh yeah.
You understand the dynamic and the reality of it. I mean,
Yeah,
trying
you
to
gotta
be
make a buck. Yeah.
That's what they want to do for a living. They're just trying to make a couple extra bucks.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I get you, because the Casualties are like pretty hardcore. You wouldn't think that they'd be associated with any sort of commercialism.
Yeah, because they were all about like the street punk thing and like,
Right.
DIY forever and yeah.
Yeah. Then there's that whatever age it is that you hit.
Pay me.
You realize
Hey, I'd like to pay my mortgage in principal. Like,
yeah.
live here. You're like, oh fuck.
I don't want to
And
live
still
in a
playing.
storage shed anymore.
Right.
I'm sick of playing dingy basements, guys. Well, I'm not. Well, you're out of the band.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of, we got a couple shows coming up.
Oh, sweet.
Got we're playing a barbecue joint in White Center, and we're playing.
That's your mom.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Jared ditched us for family stuff, so we'll give him shit about that later. He just
You got to give the drummer shit.
yeah. Well, he's had a.
You're making this a bummer.
But
There
yeah,
you go.
we playing a
He's into karate now. That's his hobby. You're talking about hobbies. Jared's new karate hobby is karate.
You don't know me. That's my purse.
Jared karate.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Not
so
fun.
what's that place called? Drunky Two Shoes? Some weird ass place in White Center.
Yeah, in most cases, I think it's like it's usually one shoe, I think, but
Quite drunk enough, they're drunk.
somehow this guy
To this day, no
maintained
one's
two
ever lost a
shoes.
shoe.
Yeah, like nobody's lost a shoe. They're setting the bar too high immediately when you go into that place.
Yeah, we get to play with Filthy Traders. If you guys haven't heard them yet, they're fucking incredible. They're
check them out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Filthy Traders are local band, and they're kind of the same. They've been through a bunch of iterations. We've played shows with them as various iterations over the years, and so we're kind of close with a couple of them. And I've been trying to get us a show together since we started playing shows back in the summer.
And now you have one.
Yeah, so now we got one. So I fanboy for these guys. They're so
awesome.
Yeah, you'll love them.
I love that kind of stuff. Because when I was in bands and stuff all through high school, I would try to get bands that we were going and seeing, like local bands, but they were like the bigger named, I guess you could say, local bands. But they would always come and play our garage, but I could never get them and my band on the same bill.
Right.
So I was just like, one of these days it's going to happen. We're going to be like, okay, both of our crowds are together now. So let's do this, right?
Yeah.
And it was always a good time.
Yeah.
It's always like when you get that satisfaction of finally playing with some of your heroes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I don't know why that always seems more of a challenge than need be. Like it's like all of a sudden the band starts getting a little bit of a pull, and they don't want to like everybody else that they usually is forgotten about all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't know. We see that here too. I've seen a lot of bands like get popular, and, crazy. Seattle's got a lot of bands here. A lot of bands here.
Oh yeah. Like you've had a lot of bands.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like you guys, Seattle's responsible for an entire movement.
I know, isn't that weird?
That's nuts.
It's a weird situation. It's Seattle's definitely, changed.
Seattle killed hair metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll take credit for that.
Definitely.
Because you know who else is from Seattle is like Queensryche.
Yeah,
that's like the most despised. I can't stand that band. So to hear you say that makes me feel good. Queensryche. Fuck those guys. Oh, man.
Tell us how you really feel, Tim.
Right.
Yeah. I guess that was it.
We don't hold back around here.
Yeah.
We're not PG. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I guess you could be. I guess I should have asked beforehand.
Yeah.
We're fun not to.
Yeah. If we were a PG show, this would not be as fun as it is. I don't think we'd still be on the air. Just because it'd be that boring.
Yeah.
What? I can't say fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
rock show.
How can you really project any emotion without that word?
Exactly. What is this? The five iron frenzy hour?
Yeah.
I love that band.
Today we'll be talking to the OC Supertones.
Oh God. Another throwback, Craig. Good Lord. How far did you have to dig for that? Creation Fest.
Creation Fest.
Oh, the old Christian bands we all used to listen to.
Yeah. Like people got to say they listened to Queensryche if they did.
No, I did not listen to Queensryche. I did not.
Nobody wants.
Did it?
My uncle tried to get me into them, but I was just like, no.
We'll admit to listening to Christian bands before we listen to Queensryche.
Well,
Yeah,
some of those Christian bands actually rip.
Well, early MXPX. I mean, they were
MXPX, yeah, they're one of the reasons I'm
Dogwood
listening
was
to
really
punk rock.
good.
they were really good. I mean, even if they had the overtones, I mean, they were talented ass punk, band for the early days.
Flick
Some of the
Shoes.
newer stuff not bad.
Which one?
Flick Shoes.
Well, who the
Slick
fuck is?
Shoes.
Oh, Slick
Slick
Shoes. Yeah,
Shoes.
those guys are
Slick
good.
Shoes.
My God. Name drop.
Yeah, this is what we do on this show.
That was one of my favorite bands in high school, man. I bought the CD at the Christian bookstore.
There you go. Scott liked POD a lot.
I did too in the 6th grade.
Yep. Scott liked him in his 20s.
I'm vastly younger than everybody in this room. I already know it.
Our credit is just rolling downhill now.
I know. We're just losing everything. POD. That Southtown band.
Southtown band. You feel so alive.
Oh man, he does.
No, like there are some pretty decent Christian bands out there, but like Queensryche and that whole hair metal thing, I don't know. I could never get into it. But Craig, you like
I
that
was
kind of
really
stuff.
into hair metal, but I was like 5 at the time, and it was just like in the moment kind of thing. But like I was just really into music, and like hair metal was the thing because that's what my aunts listened to, and like
it was just fast and
yeah, exactly. It was just fast and loud, and I like it went from hair metal to guar real quick, but yeah, it was fast and loud, and I loved it.
Gore.
I got turned on to Anthrax when I was really, really young. I must have been 10 or something.
Scott Ian's my hero.
Yeah, dude, I loved that shit, man. I was fucking about it. And they did, but they have that Anthrax and what was the other band that when they did that rap crossover?
Oh,
Public Enemy.
Public Enemy, yeah, that was like some of the earliest metal rap crossover stuff.
Yeah, and that shit was awesome. Bring the Noise.
I thought it was badass.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm right there with you. Anthrax is definitely up in my top 5.
Yeah.
Scott Ian's probably my favorite guitar player.
Yeah, it's so cool. And then that kind of opened the doors for me to get into Metallica when I was finally introduced to them. Yeah. But then that came and went like a flash in a pan because then I got introduced to Bad Religion. I was like, fuck all the rest. No Control. Someone gave me a copy of No Control on cassette. It was like that's the only thing I played for days and days on end.
Yeah.
But then
we all have that.
Rage Against the Machine's first album is what I used to learn to play guitar. That album came out. I sat in my bedroom for a whole summer and learned every song by ear on that album.
Yeah.
Like, damn. I'd go back to school and like bring my.
Learn that album by ear.
Learn it by ear, yeah, the whole thing.
That's awesome.
Dude.
It was, 13 hours a day, day in and day. I kept the blinds down and the incense burning. I was in there.
You would have to. My God. That album, as far as the guitar works, that album's all over the fucking place.
Yeah. I mean, obviously not the solos, just the.
Right.
Yeah.
The rhythms and stuff.
I didn't have like 900 pedals to be able to make my guitar.
Damn near short the thing out.
I played my guitar through a Nintendo.
Right. For me, it was like my mom listens to pretty much exclusively gospel music, so you can imagine my childhood. But my uncle got me into. He like introduced me to Kiss at a very young age. I was probably 3 or 4, and I was just like, I like this sound. And he showed me Metallica and Slayer and all that kind of stuff. And then because of Metallica, I found the Misfits. And then from there, I just did a deep dive and just found all kinds of stuff that I didn't know existed, but I'm glad I found it. And it still continues to this day because I'm still finding bands that I didn't even know were around back in, 78, 79.
Yeah.
Or I've heard of these bands, but I never gave them a shot. So I don't know what they sound like, but I've heard these songs a million times. I just never realized who it was.
Yeah.
And those are the bands like now I'm adding in my collection.
Yeah.
For me, like it was always like I said, like metal before. Like the Ramones were always in my life, but I never really understood it until like Dookie came out. Once Dookie came out, it opened up a whole new world. And then like I got Punkorama Volume 1, and I was gone from there. Yeah, it
I still own
took
that.
off from there.
I collect those actually. If I can get all the Punkoramas, it'd be a lifetime achievement for me.
Yeah,
if I get them on
that
vinyl,
would
that'd
be
be
awesome.
better.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
If I can get one
seriously cool.
Punkorama on vinyl, I consider that a win.
I mean, that's a serious. It's a cool collectible idea to get all the Punkoramas on vinyl.
Yeah.
That right there really like changed the world of how punk rock was perceived. I think the Warped Tours and Punkorama all happening around the same time.
Yeah.
There isn't anything now. There's not. Nobody's like. I mean, what do we got? Punk rock bowling. Is that it?
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Punk and drum leg.
Yeah, Punk and Drublic. Yeah.
You brought up the Punkoramas.
Yeah, but I haven't seen that going on every day.
This is the closest thing I have to the Punkoramas.
That's pretty cool.
But
that's way cool.
It's a coffee table book.
Oh yeah.
It's a double vinyl. It's a bunch of covers from the BYO records series and everything like that. So
that's pretty sweet.
That's the closest thing I have to Punkorama.
Yeah, but you had Hopeless Records going on too, and like I was honestly all about Hopeless Records. I think I was more.
Who
about
was on
Hopeless?
Hopeless was more hardcore, wasn't
Queers, Heckle, Ritter, all kinds of crazy bands. And
I remember
like
Ritter. Holy
Avenged
shit.
Sevenfold, and but
Oh, yeah.
Sam I Am was on Hopeless Records. There were so many bands. There was Against All Authority was on Hopeless Records.
I like early Epitaph Records is my favorite.
Yeah. Early Epitaph.
Early Epitaph was my favorite, hands down.
Yeah,
they had so many killer bands. That, and then like there was one that was like Fat Mike of No Effects did something. What was it like? He put out a couple compilation too.
Oh yeah, the short fat music and short music and
short music. Yeah, for short people was probably one of the best albums ever released.
And that was cool.
Yeah,
but nobody's doing that anymore.
Yeah, the whole Fat Records documentary is on Tubi.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome too. It's got a lot of like throwback stuff.
And we've actually been talking about doing a comp down the road. Like we want to throw something together because we
you should do
a band.
Yeah,
like, you should. You should.
We're talking about doing something.
That'd be dope.
Kind of want to bring it back.
Yeah,
it would be nice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
everything went digital and kind of like. I remember they went from like CDs and then they were handing out things like business cards to where if you scan the code or whatever, whatever music they had on their site.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave you a bunch of red tape to cut through.
Yeah.
What they did.
Now it's just playlists. I mean, it's playlists.
Yeah.
But I remember the days I'd go to a show and you'd be waiting in line to go inside and you'd see these people just handing out samplers.
Yeah.
Here you go. You know, some of the bands on our album, you know.
That's how I found the first Punk and Disorderly, was at like just a random show, and that opened up like so much. Punk and Disorderly like opened up a whole new world to me in punk rock.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting to think of where it's going.
Yeah.
Because those options aren't, I mean, that's not happening anymore. People aren't standing out there handing you a CD with a bunch of different bands on it.
Right.
Yeah.
To actually go to a website, you have to actually actively pursue that. Like you can just throw a CD in a car. Let's check it out on the way home.
Yeah.
You know,
that's exactly what we did with those CDs. Like, hey, let's check these guys out.
Yeah.
Those days, who knows? I mean, I think I see vinyl making a comeback. CDs will be out for a while, but they'll come back around.
Oh yeah.
People will want
Seems
at some point.
vinyl and cassettes.
Yeah,
I collect
cassettes.
cassettes. Yeah.
People
I
been
don't
That's
collect
interesting.
vinyl, but I collect cassettes.
I
Cassettes are-
remember I'd hear a song on the radio and you could record it on a cassette tape.
Yeah.
I used
Yeah.
to
And
sit
that's
by
how I
the
found the
radio for
living end. I didn't
hours.
know who it was. That
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Sit by the radio for hours.
Yep.
To catch
And
the right.
listen. Just whatever songs caught my ear, be like, okay, miss the first few seconds, whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
But
Yeah,
it
that's
kept
crazy,
you
man.
more involved in the music. Like, you know what I mean? You didn't have to just search a name and then there's all their stuff. You had to like put work into it. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it gave you more passion for music because you did have to sit there by the radio and you heard all these other songs and it was constant and like
Yeah. I think that's
now
like say that all the time. The modern paradigm is a blessing and a curse because I mean we're blessed in that we get to witness all of this music that we never would have been privy to before. It just wouldn't be possible to hear this many bands in a lifetime before. There was no budget big enough to go out and buy that much vinyl. There was no patience long enough to sit and listen to the radio for long.
Download that many songs and burn it onto a CD for your car.
Yep.
So this whole Spotify thing with people building playlists and then you get to hear the playlist and then you hear bands that you've never heard before. YouTube making suggestions, your friends on Facebook, bragging about new bands they discovered. We're bombarded with new music constantly. And anybody that has their finger on the pulse, you're probably hearing a new band at least every week, if not more.
Oh, for sure. Definitely with this show.
Especially in recent times. There's so much more popping up and so many more singles and everybody's putting in so much
every day I see a new link for a new band that I've never heard of. And I'll listen to it and I'll be like, okay. Like if I like it, I'll share it with the guys.
Spotify?
Either Spotify or like Facebook will share a video of a band like who just put out a video.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy how those algorithms work. I don't even listen to really much hip hop, and all of a sudden I get this crazy, bizarre looking character, Tech 6ix9ine or 6.
That guy.
Random. Like, how does that shit even get to the mainstream like that? I mean, for like all the quality musicians that are out there, how does something like this? That's the real question. How does that become the focal point?
Because people are idiots.
Pretty much.
That's about it.
Yes, that's it.
Is that Yingling Lager I see you drinking?
No, this is see it.
All I saw was a beard.
Teton. Okay.
Yeah, so Tieton, it's a bourbon aged peach cider.
Wow.
Bourbon barrel aged peach cider. It's fucking
look like a Yingling can there. Like they have Yingling in Washington.
This is cidery outside of Yakima.
Nice.
So it's pronounced Tieton. It's a Native American town that's right outside Yakima, Washington. They have this massive apple orchard. They got the first rights to the Cosmic Crisp. Have you heard of this apple? It's a new one that they just released. So there's a Honey Crisp. I'm sure you've heard of the Honey Crisp.
They're delicious.
Yeah, so they hybridized it with the Red Delicious and came out with this new one called the Cosmic Crisp, and it's the most delicious apple ever fucking invented.
Wow.
And these guys got first rights to make a cider, so they have a Cosmic Crisp.
Oh wow!
And it's 8%, and they'll fuck you up getting 4 of them, and you're just hanging.
I love my ciders too. So.
Yeah, me too. I can't drink beer anymore. I tried to like it again. I still like my beers. Oh, I wish, man. I drank it for 25 years straight, and finally, like, my brother brews his own beer, and he brought some over, and I drank one, and ended up with an upset stomach. I don't know if it's the yeast or what, but
it might be.
Yeah,
might be the yeast.
But yeah,
the restaurant I work at, we have a brewery out back, and so I get pretty much anytime I want. I can go home with a 64-ounce jug of the freshest beer.
Big old growler.
Yep.
What's your company?
The Old Farmhouse Eatery and Brewery. We're just a small town restaurant and brewery in the middle of Pennsylvania.
Nice.
We don't.
I'm
ship
always
anything
into
out.
trying new.
But
I look for it.
I do plan on coming out west fairly soon,
Oh yeah, there you
and I
go.
am willing to bring some out. So,
Well,
depends how I get there.
Yeah.
I'll trade you a fine piece of salmon.
Hey man, I'll do some smoked salmon.
It's one of my pets.
It'll grow back.
It'll grow back.
We got pet salmon out here.
Well, I
That
got
sounds like a fan.
I gotta cut. I got other things.
Yeah, we better
No worries,
cut
man.
this one.
Yeah, this was fun.
Way
Yeah.
fun. It's awesome getting to know
Yeah.
y'all. And
Yeah, we
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure.
you guys coming on.
yeah. Hit us up
Right
anytime,
on.
and we'll keep you posted with any shit that we got coming up.
Oh, for sure.
Awesome.
When's that show coming out? You guys got?
Oh God, the 22nd, isn't it? January. Let's see.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, Saturday the 22nd, and then we're playing 2 weeks later in Everett at the Black Cloud Gallery on the 5th.
All right.
Nice.
People in the Seattle area,
Yeah.
check them out. That's the Cascadian Divide, the new album this time. Just came out on the 10th. It's really fucking good. If you haven't heard it, get on Spotify, check it out.
Yep.
Boys, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks
Thanks.
for having us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Have a great
Yeah,
one.
thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
You guys have a good night.
All right, guys.
Later.
Adios, amigos.
Yeah.
Later. Boom, boom. Another one in the books, boys.
That's it.
That was a lot more fun than I was expecting.
Yeah,
Going
that
in
one was
blind. We go in blind a lot.
Yeah, we do. We do, but hey, you got to keep that DIY going, you know?
Exactly. If you're still watching this show, we appreciate you.
Well, and
Yeah.
now that we're going
If
through
you've
PR,
never walked off this
you can
show,
start-
we appreciate you.
you can
What's that,
start
Matt?
addressing that through the PR people.
What's that?
You can start talking about that ahead of time to the PR people because they'll know, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
try to let them know whenever like they hit us up. I'm like, so this is what we kind of do. Like,
Yeah.
you want to like the PR people for sure. Those
Yeah.
guys hit us up independent.
It doesn't matter, right? Like,
Yeah.
fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
I
I just got to get used to that. We are so unprofessional. But nobody's ever walked off. So.
Yeah, nobody's ever walked off.
Do you want me to? I can.
Yeah, we've never
No.
walked off either. That's a
Yeah.
plus.
Oh, great. Fucking shut down. Brr.
All right. Another episode.
Yep.
I don't know why more punks don't think Donald Trump's punk rock.
Can your fruit snack do this? It's the burstinest. It's the blastinest. It's Gushers Fruit Snacks exploding with a mega burst of fruity juice. If your fruit snack can't do this, it's not a blast. Gushers Fruit Snacks, it'll blow you away.
I've got a thing for gold, really gonna make a monkey out of this big fella. Gotta roll the barrels before he pops. I've got a thing for things.
I've got a thing for Dr. Wacko. Gonna flip his lids before he flips his top. Do it all before the timer stops. I've got a thing for things.
Try all three new things: Gorilla, Dr. Wacko, and Astronaut. I've got a thing for astronauts. Gotta save them all before the timer stops. Here comes the alien licking his chops. I've got a thing for things. Collect all the things from Milton Bradley.
We now return to the real Ghostbusters.